All right. I do believe we are live. Let me double check. Always gotta double check that phone. Hey guys, if you can see me, this is Swamp Cleaner. Just getting off of the debate. Watched it on Fox. I was chatting with some friends on a Discord. Fun. That was good. We were live reacting to it. Lots of fiery moments, some cringe, but yeah, it was pretty pretty fun. It was to be expected because there's one thing that I did know is that um Chris Wallace was going to be completely and utterly biased. It was gross. It was nasty what he was doing. He was actually being the tag team partner for Joe Biden. He was attacking Donald Trump. He was allowing Joe Biden to pretty much give out these plastic answers, which were just not even answers. And he's like, "Oh, that's cool. That's awesome." And Donald Trump would try to be like, "No, no, no, that's not right." He tried to counter, then try to get to some policy, and as soon as he tried to get to policy, "Oh, no, 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 stop! We got to move on to the next thing." So that was very disingenuous. Man, you need a drink after something like that. Oh, you know what? Check this guy's out. Now, this is not an endorsement, but this is Yingling's Hershey's Chocolate Porter. It's very good, nice, tasty. It's got a nice chocolatey aftertaste. But yeah, you need a drink or something after watching this. I mean, I want to kind of see what they have to say on Fox about how Chris Wallace was so biased. But methinks that they're not really going to touch on any of that because one hand washes the other. They watch each other's back over there at Fox. They're not gonna shit on Chris Wallace for being completely biased. It was pretty laughable. So now getting into the actual debate itself, I noticed that Joe Biden, he had some gas, but nothing major. I think this worst one was saying he had I got like 2 points, and then he said, well, first point, then second point, and then second point. So I think he screwed up on that. That's somewhat minor. But for the most part, he seemed focused at first, but he was very disingenuous and plastic. And when he was actually getting attacked by Trump, he was actually getting very weak. He looked very, very weak. He was like looking down. He was like, "That's not true. That's not true. That's not true." Not a good look. I mean, but it's not that bad for him when you have Chris Wallace, who's going to be like, "Oh, hey, now, 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 now. You can't be hitting him that hard." Plus, he's giggling and chuckling with Joe Biden. That really did make it look like Chris Wallace was in the tank for Joe Biden. I'm pretty sure that he is going to be voting for Joe in November. But Joe was actually avoiding eye contact, and this is, I think, which is very important, which is very telling, is that he was told specifically, don't, as much as you can, do not engage with Donald Trump. Don't look at him. Talk to Chris Wallace like you're having an interview, a conversation, and just give him your campaign answers, because that's what Chris is expecting, and Chris was more than willing to reciprocate. And with Donald Trump, it was personal attacks. There's one question. He had so many negative questions. Whereas one where he asked him about his tax returns, the whole thing, the whole dumb hubbub about Donald Trump's tax returns, and the question, the way he framed it was, is it true that you, or I think it was, is it true that you paid only $750 in 2016 and 17 for taxes? And I'm like, wow. So already from a false narrative perspective, Donald Trump has to climb out of that to overcome that. That was annoying. That was very, very annoying. But Donald Trump started strong, but seemed to not land as much because Joe was doing pretty good. But then as soon as it kept on going, Joe was starting to open up, and Trump did start to dominate. Yes, a lot of people are going to say that, oh, he was a bully because he was loud. And when Chris Wallace was saying, now, stop, Donald Trump, stop, Mr. President, and he kept on going, people are going to say, oh my God, Donald Trump, that's annoying. You got to stop doing that because you look like a baby. No, I think he looked like like Alex Jones says, like a raped ape. He was coming out. Oh man, this is funny. I love these polls. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get sidetracked. I love these polls on my timeline. Like Tim Pool's here. Which one are you voting for? Senile crackpot crony, asshole loudmouth TV star. Oh, these are fun. And yeah, we're gonna take a look at my Twitter feed and see what's going on here. But there was some sparring back and forth, but Joe was getting weaker and weaker and weaker as the night went on. He was whatever they gave him was starting to wear off. So I mean, Donald Trump didn't take advantage of some of the things that he needed to. Like when Joe brought up him talking about losers, Donald Trump wasn't able to get around to. I mean, as I said, like in the context of Donald Trump calling military veterans and dead servicemen as losers. And Joe was just like really trying to go at him about that, and he tried to bring up, oh, that's another thing. They got personal too, but I'll talk about that in a second. But he tried to bring that up because of Bo and his military service, and then Trump brought up Hunter and how he got discharged, and of course Chris Wallace was like, oh no, we gotta stop. But Trump, because a lot had to do with Chris Wallace, he wasn't able to land that counter blow where Joe actually called people during a speech in 2016, you stupid bastards. So come on. I mean, if you want, I mean, you could take it in context, out of context, but they're trying to use the same kind of tactic against Trump. So it's only smart for him to use it back against him, but he wasn't allowed to, or it wasn't quick enough off the mark to get that done. More slimy things that were brought up. The fine people hoax. Joe brought that up again, which was, completely debunked and failed. That's another thing Donald Trump didn't capitalize on. He should have just said, look at the last half of my statement. I said, and I'm not talking anymore. He says, I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and all them people. Those are bad people that need to be condemned. Totally. He should have just said that. That's the last part of what he said, but he didn't do that. So he missed an opportunity there. So there's some things that Donald Trump could have done better, but for the most part, he was very feisty. He was attacking him, even though he was dealing with one hand tied behind his back because Chris Wallace, again, God, cringy moderation. He was allowing Joe to just stand there quietly half the time, having Trump having to defend himself from the attacks that he was getting from Chris Wallace. There was actually at one point where Joe, I think, didn't even talk for about 3 or 4 minutes because Trump was allowed to say something, and then Chris Wallace was like interested in it, and then Trump was like, "No, I'm trying to finish my point," and then they had to spar, and then Chris Wallace was brought up something else, and I'm like, wow, okay. So, and then Trump was like, "Oh, okay, all right, we have to deal with that now." So, look, yeah, you know what? That's true. Chris Wallace killed the most because Chris Wallace is a screaming, whining, crying, anti-Trump. Yeah, he's anti-Trump. He's probably an anti-Trumper. So I think what we're going to see in the morning is we're going to get a lot of, oh my God, what a bully Donald Trump is. He was so loud. He was so obnoxious. How can he ever run this country? Well, no, that shows that he's mean. It shows that he's dominating. It shows that he's in charge. Yeah, Joe Biden, he's just like doing these passive aggressive attacks and then cowering when he's actually getting slammed by Donald Trump. That's weak, man. Joe Biden, you're weak. All right, what else? So let's check Twitter here. Let's see what else we got here. They turn him into a baby. Okay, that's kind of weird. Chaotic first Biden. Let's listen to this. Let me hear this. Where's the volume? I gotta hear this.
I will talk about who won the debate, who lost the debate, but I can tell you one thing for sure. The American people lost tonight because that was horrific.
I took the words out of my mouth. You use some high-minded language. I'm just going to say it like it is. That was a shit show. And, we're on cable. We can say that. Apologies for being maybe a little bit crude, but that is really the phrase that I'm getting more, from people on both sides of the aisle on text. And
wow. Wow, dude. You gotta be kidding me. That is nuts, man. Oh my god, Twitter is golden tonight, guys. You know what? The rest of the stream, we can just look at Twitter and just laugh. That was about as pleasant as a 7-month COVID lockdown condensed into 90 minutes. You know what, Buck? I don't disagree. I agree. Oh my god, CNN is applauding shut up as a great response. Wait, did Joe Biden tell him to shut up? Actually, yeah, I think he did a couple times. Okay, James Woods, there's always a great person to tweet. I will open the economy and the vaccine is weeks away. I will close the economy again and stop hurricanes with electric cars. Good job, Joe. This 96-minute stuff is bullshit. Yeah, they should have had Jack Posobiec. Oh my god, he would have done such a good job. Yeah, Joe Rogan. Yeah, would have done a way better job.
Debate, and I would like
listen to this.
President, I'm the moderator of this debate, and I would like you to let me ask my question. First of all, I guess I'm debating you, not him, but that's okay.
There's one where Chris Wallace is like, Mr. Trump, why aren't you adhering to the rules that you and your team have agreed to? Wow, you're such a baby, Chris Wallace. Go cry some more. God. Okay, remember, Fox News has a financial incentive to make the election seem as close and exciting as they can to keep people glued to the TV. Chris Wallace carrying Biden that whole debate shows exactly how weak Biden is. Notice the segments were each going to have 2 minutes answers to questions for each candidate, then free discussion for 15 minutes. Wallace stopped the free discussion when Trump beat the tar out of Biden the first segment, and it was over by the third. Don't disagree. Biden did say stupid bastards. Wallace let Biden lie. Wow. Yes, because Chris Wallace is in the tank. Let's see what I got for notifications. Nah, just... So what else do we got? Let's see. Let's scroll up. Up. What else do we got here, guys? This makes it the best. This makes it the best I've ever seen. It was hilarious. Yep. Yeah, a lot of this is... I think a lot of people on Twitter have already made up their minds, but of course, I am a little bit biased because I am following a vast amount of more people who are leaning right than are leaning left. But here's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Uh, okay, Donald Trump is a white supremacist. People have been warning about this for a long time. They were ridiculed, called hyperbolic and radical. But because they were wrong, not because they were wrong, but because others couldn't accept that our country elected a supremacist as president. This is fascism at our door. Okay, apparently there's a minute-long clip here that we're going to watch and see what happens. Are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and say that they need to stand down? Stand up and stand by, but I'll tell you what, somebody's got to do something with Antifa and the left.
Antifa is an idea. The vice criticized the vice president for not specifically calling out Antifa and other left-wing extremist groups. But are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say that they need
He just
to
said
stand
sure.
down and not add to the violence in a number of these cities, as we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland?
Sure,
are you
I'm willing
prepared
to do
specifically
that, but
do it?
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing, not from the right
So
wing.
what are you saying?
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see
Well,
peace.
then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it.
He just
What do you want to call him? Give me a name. Give me a
White
name. Go ahead.
supremacists
Who
and
would you like me to condemn?
white
Proud Boys.
supremacists and
Proud Boys. Stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what. Somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left. Because
Wait,
this is not
that's
a
it?
right-wing problem. This is a left. This is a left-wing problem.
White supremacists.
Antifa's an idea, not an organization. Oh, you got it. Not militia.
And that's where Joe Biden lost me there. That's the spot where I think Joe Biden lost the debate, where he said Antifa is an idea and not an organization. These guys want to focus on saying Donald Trump's white supremacist because the Proud Boys are a chauvinistic Western group of male chauvinists, not white supremacists, because the last time I checked, there's a bunch of blacks, browns, Asians, other ethnicities, all in the Proud Boys. I don't see how that makes it white supremacist. But there was that article, I think a couple years ago. I did a video on it. It said why young men of color are joining white supremacist groups. I'm just like, it's hilarious because that de facto makes them not white supremacist groups because people of all races and colors are joining. So they're trying to say somehow that the Proud Boys are white supremacists. No, they're not. I mean, sometimes they are over the top, but I mean, Antifa isn't. Antifa isn't a little bit over the top. Antifa isn't, burning things down, smashing windows, attacking people, killing people. I mean, Black Lives Matter. Hello? There's that going on. And that's all coming from the left. All of it. It's being instigated by the left as well. It's not reactionary. It's being instigated. These people believe that there's Nazis running around on every corner. They believe that they're about to get attacked at any moment because they are LGBTQ. These people are schizophrenics. There's whole gang stalking thing that Tim Pool was touching on. These people believe that there's a coordinated effort, a coordinated group of MAGA people that are coming to their village, coming to their town, and at any moment when they let their guard down, we're going to swoop them up and we're going to take them off to get re-educated with electrical shock therapy and stuff like that. It's silly. It's absolutely absurd. So you have Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez saying Donald Trump's white supremacist. Fascism is at our door, yet the thing that actually gets me is Joe Biden failing to see Antifa as an organized group. It has chapters, they have their own brands, they sell their own merchandise. You can look it up right now. So I don't know where Joe Biden is. He's spending too much time in his basement. But I mean, even with everything that was geared against Trump tonight, and some of what he did wasn't the best, and he didn't come out the clear winner. I still believe he prevailed. He did get the victory. It was a sloppy victory, but he was also fighting two people. He was fighting Chris Wallace and he was fighting Joe Biden. I do believe that it is going to still not help him a lot in the polls. It might actually end up being negative because if the press are successful, especially like CNN, MSNBC, because you just saw a short clip, these people are already melting down. They're going nuts. They're calling it a shit show. They're going to just try to say that the reason why it was a shit show is all because of Donald Trump. And poor old Biden, he just had to deal with all of the fallacies and all the wrongs and all the lies and in speculations and grossness coming out of this orange man who's bad. That's what's going to happen. And that's not going to, I mean, the first debate's not going to move anything. First debate, if this is what's happened, the first debate is a write-off. Nothing's happened. It's not going to move the needle anyway. I mean, to the people who paid attention, I think it might slightly move the needle towards Donald Trump because that whole saying Antifa is not an organization, it's just an idea, that was really, really bad in my opinion. That one really hurt Joe Biden. Oh, and of course here's Pete Buttigieg. Yeah. It was a very odd, intense debate. And I'm actually not enthusiastic for the second one. I thought that I'd be wanting more. I thought I'd be, wanting to see Donald Trump tearing into it. But God, Chris Wallace was a bigger obstacle than Joe Biden was. That just shows Joe Biden is super weak. Like, super duper. If he needed that much help from Chris Wallace, yeah, he's really bad. Oliver Darcy, let's see what he has to say. Fox News is now in full Biden attack mode with Sean Hannity spinning for Trump. Dude, were you not watching the debate? Chris Wallace was holding Joe Biden's hand the entire time. Saying things he'd say no matter what actually happened during the debate. The extremely weak, the frail, the confused, kind of angry Joe Biden just got steamrolled by President Trump. Well, he did get dominated. I wouldn't say he got steamrolled, but he did get dominated. I mean, the thing that really is going to affect people visually is when Trump was hammering Joe, and Joe was just like looking down and be like, "That's not true. That's not true." That's all he could say. That's all he could mumble. So I think, and remember, Trump wasn't the best in the first debate with Hillary Clinton. People actually said Hillary Clinton won the first debate. So now let's see what the second and third debates, excuse me, have in store. Trust me, it's been a long day. I've been up since like 6:30 this morning. It's been a long day. But I wanted to end this on a good note. I wanted to spend some time with you guys. I haven't done any content in a little while, and things are heating up. Things are going crazy. Like this mail-in voting thing. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. This mail-in voting thing. That's another thing they touched on. And Joe Biden didn't really answer any of the questions there. He didn't really talk about any integrity. Wasn't challenged on why Democrats across the country are getting rid of safeguards to mail-in voting, safeguards which include uh, signature verification, that include timely manner of ballots being sent in. Like, they're now allowing these ballots to be counted 6 days after the election, and as long as it's postmarked for the 3rd. So here's the thing. The post, I know the post office is bad, but it's not that bad. You can get a piece of mail from one place to another in about 2 to 3 days. So if Donald Trump wins on election night, and let's say some crazy liberals the next morning on the 4th wake up and scream their eyes out, bawl their eyes out because Donald Trump won, and they forgot to vote, and they had their ballot there, they rush and grab their ballots, postmark it for the 3rd, and just vote, and then send it out. As long as it gets there by the 9th, that's a valid vote. And I'm just throwing that out there because that's a lot of these new rules. Well, not the new rules, but pretty much stripping the protection and these restrictions on when ballots can be received. They're ripping out safety measures, and they're pushing the cart down the hill. And they're saying, "Nah, it'll be fine when it gets to the bottom. Like, look at all those houses down there and those people in the street. It'll be fine." In Pennsylvania, where I'm at, they pretty much are allowing the up to 6 days after for voting. If a ballot is everything is okay with the ballot, if everything is okay with the ballot except for the signature being off, of course, no signature verification. They have to accept the ballot and take it as a positive ballot, a good ballot to take. I mean, and I think there was another. They've done a lot of stuff. They've done a lot of things to make it very difficult to trust the process. And why would they? Why would Democrats? And it's not Republicans doing this. This is Democrats and Democrat-run states which are forcing these measures because they are using, in my opinion, COVID-19 as a vehicle to push and get these things pushed through so they can manipulate the election. Look at what happened in Minnesota the other day. You got workers, Ilhan Omar, people who are connected to Ilhan Omar, caught on camera bragging about how they're ballot harvesting and they're getting, if you got money, you can only run this world with money. So they're exchanging money for ballots. They're taking people's blank ballots and they're voting for Joe Biden or voting for Ilhan Omar or whoever. And it's a giant, massive racket. And this is happening right before the election. They want to get rid of, and they got rid of laws saying that one person could help 3 people vote, as in like collect 3 ballots and take it. So now you can collect as many as you want. How can this be a thing? And that's a question that should have been asked to Joe Biden because it's Democrats who are doing that, not Republicans. But is Chris Wallace going to do that? Hell no. So you know what? This first debate didn't get anywhere. And you know, and the second debate, I don't know who's going to be the moderator for the next one, but it's going to be even more in the tank for Joe Biden. He probably didn't have to show up. They want to just have the moderator there screaming at Trump, telling him how he's bad. But you know what? I mean, yeah, like I said, back again, before I leave you guys. Like, the vehicle of COVID, what the idea I was bringing up about these guys using COVID as the vehicle to push all their things. It doesn't make that hard to believe when you get people on a hot mic, like again, the PA governor. I don't know what it is with PA, man. They are really bad. The Democrats in PA are really, really lousy. But Governor Wolf and the one of the Democrat state reps, I think her name is Ullman, were caught on a hot mic. He was like, "Man, I want to take my mask off when I'm talking to people." And she's like, "Well, I'm keeping it on because we got to keep up the political theater, so it's on camera." Ha 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 ha. I'm just keeping this mask on here. It's because masks are so important to wear. But I'm just keeping it on, because political theater. Got to make sure the camera's catching wearing it. But when I'm off camera, I guess I'm going to take it off and do something very unsafe. Like look at Nancy Pelosi going into a salon that's been closed and walking around without a mask, getting her hair done. Hypocrites, all of them. All right, well, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to catch you guys. I hope you guys all had a good night. Wait, what's this? Oh, somebody in the comments. Oh, who is this? Oh, it's an anti-Trump person. Oh, I'm a Nazi. Oh, you see a Nazi? Do you see a swastika somewhere on my hat? Oh, poor baby. Anyway, these people are demented. This person here in the comment section in my stream is demented. They see Nazis running around. Scary. Ooh, Nazis around every corner. I said that earlier. It's this gang stalking mentality. Looking forward to Joe Rogan debate. I would love for it to happen, but it's not going to happen. Joe Rogan's getting screwed over by Spotify right now. Joe Rogan is his ass is getting crushed by Spotify. So he's not going to be doing any debates. I'd love him to, but that's never going to happen because it would be actually fair. Joe Biden would be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. I guarantee you Joe Biden was given something, and he was just staring at Chris Wallace for most of the night. Tried to disregard Trump as much as possible, just have a conversation with Chris Wallace, because that's how Chris Wallace was trying to treat it, like a nice conversation with Joe Biden, and I'm going to do an interrogation on Donald Trump. So, yeah. But again, sorry, Wick Tixony. I'm sorry that you are living in a delusional horror film of your own creation that you are feeding off of from the other people who are seeing the same movie that you are. I'm sorry that this is happening to you. You need to get yourself a grip. And on that note, I think I'm going to end this stream. It's been interesting. It's been fun. The debate could have been better. I mean, it could always have been better. But, I thought the debates last time around were bad. No. God, they were horrible this time around. All right. I'll catch you guys later. Swamp Cleaner out.